Subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon, to never miss a video from us. Hi, welcome to Test Prep Training. Today we will discuss about Salesforce B2C Commerce Developer, CCD-101. Benefits from this course. This course targets the developers, who want to demonstrate their knowledge and skills in using B2C commerce to develop an e-commerce solution, such as: first, implementing and using storefront reference architecture. Second, creating cartridges to add reusable functionality to a site. Third, creating, using, and modifying JavaScript controllers to add business logic to a site. Fourth, creating reusable code using ISML templates. Fifth, using content slots or page designer to improve the appearance and flexibility of a site. Sixth, using the forms framework to control the validation, rendering, and storing of consumer-centered values. Seventh, using the B2C commerce APIs to modify business logic in the site. Eighth, using jobs to create batch processes on system or custom objects. Ninth, using Open Commerce API to customize business logic. 10th, integrating with third-party systems with B2C commerce asynchronous and synchronous methods as appropriate for the business need. 11th, creating code and configuring sites to ensure sites can scale while continuing to perform optimally. 12th, using appropriate tools to troubleshoot issues with code or configuration of a site, as well as optimize the site performance. Now we will talk about eligibility. It is recommended that a Salesforce B2C commerce developer should have 1 year of developer experience plus 3 to 6 months of experience in a B2C commerce developer role. Next is intended job roles. The job roles of a Salesforce certified B2C commerce developer candidate may include: first, front-end developer. Second, full-stack developer. Third, software developer. Fourth, Java or JavaScript programmer. Fifth, web application developer. Sixth, support engineer. Exam details. Exam name, Salesforce B2C Commerce Developer, CCD-101. Content, 60 multiple choice, multiple select, or matching questions. Time allotted to complete the exam, 105 minutes. Passing score, 65%. Registration fee, $200. Now we will discuss about scheduling the exam. The Salesforce CCD-101 exams can be scheduled either at an on-site proctored center, or online with a virtual proctor through the Salesforce testing partner, Criterion Global Testing Solutions. Exam outline. First, B2C commerce setup, which compromises 11% weightage for this exam. Second, work with a B2C site, which compromises 12% weightage for this exam. Third, data management using Business Manager usage, which compromises 24% weightage for this exam. Fourth, application development, which compromises 53% weightage for this exam. Let us now discuss about exam outline topics in detail. Number 1. B2C commerce setup, 11%. It contains: first, given a sandbox environment, configure an IDE to use WebDave to deploy cartridges to the correct version directories. Second, given a sandbox instance and data import files using the Business Manager import or export modules. Third, given the code for a storefront site, add the correct sequence of cartridge names to the provided cartridge path. Fourth, given a sandbox environment, use the Business Manager to add a new site to the instance, configuring the default currency and taxation type according to business requirements. Fifth, given a recently created B2C site, assign the storefront data configurations according to business requirements. Number 2, work with a B2C site, 12%. It contains: first, given a Business Manager task, work with the product data model to manage products, and a product search model, their categorization, and associated inventory and price books. Second, given a configuration for tasks, such as payment and shipping information, use Business Manager to complete storefront orders. Third, given a configuration task, use Business Manager to work with content assets, page designer, content slots, and content folders. Number 3, data management using Business Manager usage, 24%. It contains: first, given a business requirement, modify site search preferences and settings to enable searching for a specified term, or product attribute. Second, given a business requirement, create and configure a new search refinement and sorting definition that can be used on the storefront. Third, given a debugging requirement, or code, configure the logging categories, and access the logs in the Business Manager. Fourth, given business requirements, extend the storefront to expose a new attribute on an existing system object type. Fifth, given a business need to store custom data, determine if a custom object is needed, and create and configure as required. Sixth, given a performance issue and data, use relevant tools to inspect code performance, and determine and implement solutions, cache configuration, profilers, etc., to improve performance. Seventh, given a specification and a sandbox instance, configure OKAPI permissions for data and shop APIs. Eighth, given a service configuration, recognize how they are applicable to the development process. Number 4, Application Development, 53%. It contains: first, given a development task, code ISML templates that use functions such as local include, remote include, components, and other ISML tags. Second, use debugging best practices and techniques to troubleshoot scripts and controllers and verify outcomes. Third, given a requirement, create and extend the functionality of a JavaScript controller that leverages models, decorators, factories, or helpers following API best practices, and renders a template or returns a JSON response. Fourth, given a business requirement and design for a new marketing page, develop page types and components to allow a marketer to build a page with the Page Designer tool. Fifth, given a requirement to accept, validate, and persist information from a storefront customer, modify the appearance of a form, add validation, and CSRF protection, and use bindings to process fields. Sixth, given localization requirements, implement and enhance templates, form definitions, static files, properties files, and persistent object attributes to ensure that pages are displayed in the expected language. Seventh, given a logging task, an existing configuration, write code that logs non-sensitive data to custom log files with different log levels. Eighth, integrate, deploy, and use a service instance based on a given requirement. Ninth, given a use case, extend functionality, or capture an event using hook extension points. 10th, given code that violates documented best practices, identify the issues, and modify the code to conform with best practices including performance and scalability. 11th, given a business requirement, use OKAPI Shop and data APIs to enable interoperability with an external system. 12th, given a business requirement to perform a scheduled task, develop jobs, and code job scripts. Preparation Guide. First, Salesforce training. Salesforce provides candidates with training that helps them to build competence, confidence, and credibility. In this, candidates can choose to learn online at their own pace, or they can learn from an accredited instructor built by experts at Salesforce. This will be beneficial for both beginners, who are building on existing skills, or who are experienced professionals required knowledge. Salesforce offers two types of training that include: 1. Start doing self-study with the available resources, Salesforce B2C Commerce online documentation. 2. You can attend expert-led courses provided by Salesforce. A. B2C Commerce Developer with SFRA, CCD-102. B. B2C Commerce Merchant, CCM-101. Second, join community. You can collaborate and study with fellow Trailblazers by joining the Trailblazer community. The members of this community are both skilled and experienced developers as well as inexperienced learners. So, joining such a community will resolve most of your exam-related problems. These communities are very interactive and updated with new ideas and new development in the market. Therefore, to stay updated and get your queries resolved from experiences members, make sure to join this community. Further, you may join communities available on other social media platforms like LinkedIn, Quora, etc. Third, books. Books are the most trusted and reliable source of information. Books can provide an advantage to learn and understand things more accurately. For the Salesforce B2C Commerce Developer, CCD-101, exam, there are various books available which you can find online or in libraries. Fourth, exam practice tests. Practice tests have always been the most reliable source of judging the level of preparation. By practicing, you will be able to improve your answering skills in a specified time frame. That will result in saving a lot of time in the actual exam. So, make sure to find the best practice test which suits your requirement, and start practicing at the earliest. You can also refer test prep training practice tests, which are based on actual exam pattern.